Show.
I just love that tune. Oh, it just makes you sway. Isn't music a wonderful thing? It really uplifts and makes you smile. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you so much, Platinum Planet Records, for that wonderful intro. I have a sponsor up first, and I'm not even going to tell you who I have backstage because I am so excited to bring her out. So let's hit the sponsor first, Water Joe. Water Joe is a really unique product. Of course, it's water, it's caffeine, but it doesn't taste like caffeine. It tastes like refreshing spring water. This stuff is so good. It's smooth, tasteless spring water. And this whole thing is the equivalent of a cup of coffee. So it has, this one actually is a 700 milliliter, so 23 ounces, 85 milligrams of caffeine in this bad boy right here. So you can stay hydrated, you can stay fresh, and you can go all day long. Go check it out on Water Joe. I'm going to bring their information up here to the broadcast so that you can write it down. You can go check out their website at waterjoe.com. That's WATERJOE.com. Try them today. No sugar, no additives, just spring water and caffeine to get you on the go-go. All right, everybody. So I have an amazing actress, an amazing singer. She's an animal rights activist as well as a ghost hunter. Now, there's a couple of these parts, so we're going to have to bring her back. We're going to have to beg for her to come back to the show and talk about animal rights as well as being a ghost hunter. Of course, we're right before Halloween, right? Everybody wants to talk about that. So everybody write into the show about how much you love this beautiful, lovely lady I'm about to bring out here. Her name is Jon Mack. She is an actress, a singer. She really is very, very educated, very educated. So I'm going to read just a little bit here. Jon Mack, the only child of a drama teacher and theater director, she began acting on stage at age 5. Upon graduating high school, Mack attended the prestigious NYU School of Arts and studied theater under both Lee Strasberg Institute and experimental theater programs. After college, Jon relocated to Los Angeles, California to continue postgraduate studies in graphic design at UCLA. At this time, she began working in feature films. She first came to national attention with her performance as Ava Gardner in the Emmy award-winning biopic Introducing Dorothy Dandridge, starring Halle Berry. From there, she went on to appear in several feature films as well as television. And she has a couple of upcoming projects that we're going to talk about. So without any further ado, let me bring to the broadcast Miss Jon Mack. It is so lovely to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We are so excited to have you. You're broadcasting live tonight from Los Angeles. You're a very, very busy lady. And a little birdie told me that you have a whole lot of projects coming up that are in production, in pre-production. And there's one of them that is really interesting because for all of us that love a little bit of gore in our life, we love a little bit of the zombie film stuff in our life, there's a great remake. Can you tell us a little bit about the remake that you're working on?
Yes, we are working on a remake of the original George Romero film from the late 1960s called Night of the Living Dead. I'm sure many people remember the black and white first zombie movie ever to be made, really.
That is amazing. I mean, I have an old picture here, and I'm hoping that you're able to see it on your screen. Let me situate this so that we can see it. Look at this. This is from the original Night of the Living Dead. Oh my goodness. Tell us a little bit about recreating that magic that they put together in the late 60s.
Wow, I mean, it's a tall order because George Romero was such a genius with that film and the whole genre. He really invented a whole genre of films that to this day, we love zombie movies. I mean, I think most people, like, we have, as a human race, we have this fascination with zombies. He literally created the whole genre. He was the first director to show that. So it's a tall order, and we're trying to pay as much respect and keep it as close and homage to the original as possible. We've just modernized it, edgier and different in some places. So it's definitely an homage, and never make a or anything is good, but we're making our own tribute to it. I'm a zombie like big time. I love zombie movies. You know, it's one guilty pleasure.
I love them too. You know, I have to say, the scarier genre of films used to scare me until I was able to be on set of one and participate in one and go, oh, this is great. You've got the Wilton's dye and gel coming out. And I'm like, that's for cakes. No, it's fake blood, you know, and the Alka-Seltzer for the foam in your mouth. What is the best part so far of this remake? And tell us a little bit about your character in the film.
Well, it's kind of great because I don't know if the audience will remember the original intro of the film, the brother and sister in the graveyard. When we flesh eaters, he's his sister Bob coming to get you. The famous line of the film. Basically, flip gender. So I'm the sister who's bullying my brother and teasing. The so we're doing everything. Our lead actress is so we have female presence in this. So it's the modern. We flipped a lot of the gender with it. So we're having fun with that whole like, you know, let's see a different thing basically. But still giving Romero and his brilliance.
And so you were saying the lead actress, the audio is breaking just a little bit. So just tell us that one part one more time.
Yes, it's Vivica Fox.
That's what I thought. I was reading your lips and I'm like, oh, I think she said Vivica Fox. Oh, she's a wonderful actress. Do you
Everybody remembers Bill and Independence Day? She's done some great stuff.
Yeah. Yes, she has. She really has. And so have you. So in the genre of the gorier horror films, from what has already wrapped, what has already been released, what would be your favorite that you've worked on over the years?
Oh, I mean, it's such a great time working on Saw. I did one of the Saw films years ago when I was first starting in filmmaking, but Saw 6 was the one I was in, and I had such a fun time because by that time they were such a well-oiled set, and I got to see some of the traps, and I got to Jigsaw the puppet literally in the makeup chair next to me. Funny. It was just a humorous, funny, odd moment. But that was a really fun time to be part of that whole franchise and that family because you know I've been a fan of that franchise from the beginning, and James Wan was the original director and he's brilliant and as a horror community knows he's one of the best. So yeah, it was really an honor to be part of that, to be one of the Saw films. But I've done a lot of really fun sci-fi creature films too in my day, so those are fun too. I mean they're silly fun. They're guilty pleasure. I think there's an audience who really loves those crazy creatures that sci-fi films always came out of nowhere with. So I've done a few of those, which were.
Oh, that's very interesting. I love that. I love that. Saw 6. Wow. I mean, that franchise just went on and on and on. And you were wonderful in the film. There is another film upcoming that you can tease us about. I'm not going to ask too many questions about it, but it's a horror film about the ancient Romans, which sounds really interesting. That's not something that I can think of too many of those that I've ever heard of, really.
No. This is. I'm very excited about this because it's a brilliant concept, and it's taking a genre that's very beloved and bringing it back in time with a piece. And I've always been a fan of Gladiator and films like that. So it's kind of like Gladiator meets horror, which could be amazing. And the cast so far is fantastic. I'm not allowed to say who's in it, but I'm so excited to work with some of my old friends as well as some new amazing talent. So I think this one's going to be really special. This is very exciting. So all I can say is I think people will, those who like Roman gladiators and those who like horror will really enjoy it.
I was about to say Gladiators meets horror. That produces so many images in my mind,
Yes.
because of course all the great gladiator films that I like, they're the old films. They're everything that was created in the 60s. And
Yes.
that this is going to be a very interesting project. Well, congratulations on that project. I can't wait to hear more about it in the future. There is
Yeah.
yet another project, and this one is a family drama. And I have a short little synopsis here. It sounds really interesting. So, this is an upcoming family drama titled Dimming Lights, which I think is a great name. And everybody, you're going to find out why in a moment. It's about three sisters who go home to celebrate Christmas with their mother, only to discover that she's in late stages of Alzheimer's. That is a really tremendous plot to what sounds like just a huge project. I mean, this is going to hit home for a lot of people. Can you tell us more about this?
I'm I'm super excited to work on the film because some dear to me and close to home, and this is a topic that many people deal with, unfortunately, in their lives. Um, but it's not getting enough. It's not getting enough love, and it's a very tender story, told lovingly through the daughter's eyes as their mother, progresses in her disease. But it's told so lovingly. That's why I feel like it's very special. That people will be able to relate very well. The cast is great so far. I'm very, yeah, no, it's a right. So he is very, very close to this project as well. So I think it's a story that's going to be told with much love, much respect, but it's an important story to be told. It's very prevalent now. People are dealing with this, and we've all had parents who are aging and going through different things in different stages. So I feel like I'm very honored to do it, really.
It sounds like a really tremendous project. And I agree with you. Your mental health is in such a spotlight right now where I don't feel like it has ever been before. For just my background, my parents are older. So in their generation, they were born in the late 30s. So in their generation, that was a weakness if you had any type of issue. Really, I wouldn't call it a problem, but any type of issue was a huge problem in their world. And you just don't look at it, you don't see it, nothing. And we've really come full circle from that to where now everybody understands the importance of mental health, the importance of understanding those that are degenerating in mental health through age. What is the most powerful piece of this project, do you think?
I think it's being seen through the daughter's eyes with love, the way this is told. To me, that's so powerful. You just mentioned, having to, you seeing your parents through your eyes, of a child. You still feel your parents, but you still feel. We all feel. It's very heartbreaking, but told with love at the same time. And to me that makes it special. That's the personal experience of having. We're being shown that when you love your parents, it's you feel the helplessness that they feel. So, but it's a beautiful way. This is you have to find family. You have to bond together. You have to be there to support your loved ones. So, I think telling the story from the eyes of a child is so powerful. Really, to me, that's why I was just like, when I was there.
Is there anything about the mindset? And I know this is, you know, of course, to be who you are within this project, you're living it, you're being it, you're becoming it. So this question is more about reality of becoming it. Do you feel that people around someone who is suffering with something like Alzheimer's, it's your perspective, your point of view, your reality of the situation that can either make it one thing versus another, make it good, make versus bad? What is your opinion of that?
Oh, completely. Absolutely. I mean, I think it's basically like the situation. First, we have to be patient with our parents as they were with us when we were baby children. And unconditional love. I mean, it's a bumpy road, and it's hard. I know it's hard on the children because we feel it. We don't want to see loved ones suffer. So I think it's a very powerful thing to show how it affects the lineage, how it affects the children, grandchildren, anyone who's dealing with it. I'm sure as we get older, we understand more. We're more patient. We all have issues, cognitive or little things like that, which is what the disease is. It's like little moments where you forget things, and then they get frustrated.
Mm.
It's showing where the children, don't get angry at them. You have to come at it with love and patience, even when you're having those days like, oh, but it's like showing, when you love someone, that, especially if you're their child, loved one, it takes a toll on you, but patience and acceptance, because again, our parents gave us unconditional love when we were babies. They were there for us. They raised us. So it's kind of our turn to love them no matter what, and work with it. Yeah.
That is beautiful. That is really beautiful. And I love what you said, where it's our turn to love them no matter what. And that's absolutely beautiful. And I think it really hits home for me. I know it's going to hit home for a lot of the viewers. We have someone watching, and his name is Ken Dodge. Ken Dodge is writing in saying, Alzheimer's is possibly the most devastating illness of our lives, simply because it's hardest on the loved ones.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So that one is in production to come. You're not filming that one yet, correct?
After the new year, we're going to begin. We're beginning. I believe in February we're going to start shooting. So I'm looking forward to the year.
And it's slated to start coming out when?
I would say, depending on how quickly they want, I would say with early 2023, or maybe hopefully the sooner the better. I want them to come out quickly, because I feel the story. So many people need the story. Important.
I think so too. This definitely, I don't know if it's the right verbiage, but a serial run. This just has something that is going to capture everybody, I think. So I see this being a very long running. It is episodic, correct?
Well, right now we're just doing a film. So,
it's a film. Okay. All right. I apologize. That's my misunderstanding. I thought it was made for television episodic.
That would really, you never know. We're doing an independent film right now with the powerful subject matter, but you never know. I think it's something that could be made into a series, because it is an important topic, and you can go in many places with it. For sure.
I think so too. I think with the times that we've all been going through, there's been a lot of struggles from last year going all the way through this year, no matter what those struggles may be, that, people, in my opinion, we sort of gather this rough exterior, and then things happen in your life, and the rough exterior gets broken away, and what's inside is that heart. And I'm noticing a lot of people are following their heart. They're watching things with their heart and soul. And this is a heart and soul project. I cannot wait to hear when Dimming Lights will be released. And you know what? It reminds me, I didn't even ask about the Night of the Living Dead remake. When is that slated to come out?
We don't have a release date yet, because we're still in the middle of production, but maybe Halloween a year from now. Usually that's a good time to release this type of stuff. I'm hoping for Halloween 2023. I think that's what we're aiming for. So roughly a year.
Man, that is going to be huge. There are a lot of huge followers of that film, Night of the Living Dead. My goodness, that's going to be huge. Now, you have so many things in your toolbox, so many different skills. And one of those skills is you're a beautiful singer. And you have a new single coming out. Tell us a little bit about the single, writing it, creating it. What was all that like?
I do have a new single coming out. I haven't released one since before COVID. I released a single right before the pandemic hit, and then I've just been working on projects like very, as we all have, like in lockdown in my own space. So I'm excited to release a new single again. It is called Center of Peace, and it's a feel-good electronica type of anthem, because I feel like the world needs more positivity right now. We need to find our centers. The song is about finding your joy and your happiness inside. And right now I feel like everyone in the world needs a bit of love, needs a bit of that, because it's an intense time. So we need some feel-good stuff. So it's a feel-good track. And I'm happy to put it out right now, because I feel like good time right before the holidays. But it's also introspective. So I started it before the pandemic, and I've kind of come and gone from it to it. I said it's a good time to release this kind of music. We need more uplifting vibes and positive. So it's a good fun track that people can dance to or can relax to. But the idea is to have a joyful center, so to support self-healing.
And is a lot of your music very heartfelt, or do you sort of mix genres? Tell us a little bit about your artistry of your songs that you've released.
A mixed genre. But like funny, I love rock and roll. I love all the stuff, also electronica and dance. So I tend to mix them kind of in strange way. I also love world music, which is Indian or from all over the world. I'm a big fan of the Eastern music and scale. So it kind of all creeps together in my work. But yeah, I love good music in general. But right now I think I blended a bit of genres from world music to electronic music to a little bit of rock. So it's kind of a amalgamation of all of those genres.
I love that. So where can we find your music? How do we search for it?
Oh, very easy. We're on iTunes. The name of my project is Aura. I'll spell it out so people know. It's AURA, Humanova, DRONE. So it's one word, Aura Drone. And you can find us if you go to iTunes, just type Drone. The first 3 are available there. Spotify, we're on Spotify. The latest singles, Spotify. I'm moving it over to iTunes as well. We're on Amazon Music. So all the major, purveyors of music, you can pretty much find us. Also on, I want to say SoundCloud. That's SoundCloud. Many of them now. So anywhere you go, basically. SoundCloud. We have some remixes actually out there for sure. But the main one, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. But if people want to hear the older ones, and find it.
Okay. And everybody scrolling at the bottom is all of Jon's handles, as well as her Twitter account, which is at Aura Drone. So Aura Drone is what you just mentioned, that we can find your music. It's AURADRONE on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, pretty much anywhere that you get your music. You can hear her new single, Center of Peace. Well, Jon, I want to say thank you so much. And I have like a book here of all the information that your publicist sent to me. So I'd love to have you on again.
I would love to be on again. Thank you so much. No, it would be my pleasure. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Well, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. I know Los Angeles is very, very fun around Halloween. So I hope you're doing something fun tonight. And we will see you very, very soon.
Thank you. Such a pleasure. Happy Halloween, everyone. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Oh, what a lovely lady. So lovely. So I want to say one more shout out here. Oh, there we go. Sorry, we had a little feedback for a second. So we're going to give a shout out to our sponsor tonight, which is Water Joe. You know what? I didn't even sip on my Water Joe. And oh, it's so refreshing. It really, you wouldn't know anything is in it. It's just clean, refreshing spring water. Water Joe, you can go to waterjoe.com. That's WATERJOE.com and get your Water Joe today. Or you can go to beveragesdirect.com, Amazon, as well as Walmart. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed that interview. That was really, really fun. We did have just a little bit of an audio delay, but you know what? We got through it and we made it a great interview. And that's what life is about. You've got to get through some things sometimes and make it really great. So I am so excited to see. I've got a whole long list of comments. Thank you so much, Ken Dodge, for watching. Thank you, Bernard, for checking in. Thank you, Jane and Naya. And everybody else that's been watching the show. I really appreciate all your comments, and I love that we are so interactive on this show. That is what it is all about. Great show. Yes, Ken. And I have a couple of things up my sleeve for this weekend, so I want you to tune back in. I am taking the night off tomorrow. We're going to carve some pumpkins. And then Saturday, it's Super Saturday again. So I have 2 interviews, and then we've got a round of the news. And actually, for the news, it's going to be all about events. I have an event in Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Virginia. There's a whole bunch of great events, California, of my friends and people that I know. And some of them are really powerful things that you can get out there and go to and have a great time while contributing to a cause, or just partying your butt off. I mean, there is one that is actually Saturday night that is truly partying your butt off. And it is, in my opinion, the best Halloween party in the Bay. So I'm going to tell you all about that. Come on back. It's going to start 10 a.m. Eastern on Saturday for our Super Saturday. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. As always, we are blessed. You are blessed. And I love you. Good night.